I'm in Yamagata Prefecture, which is inside of Tohoku area. Tohoku is a very large area, part of northern Japan. Here is west of Sendai, about an hour west of Sendai, and the city slash town of Tendo is actually one of the main stops on the Shinkansen, the bullet train. Now there are many Shinkansen in Japan, and they're increasingly connected across different prefectures, so it's very convenient to get here. It's about 2.5 hours north of Tokyo, and just about a half-hour drive from central Tendo, which is walkable or drivable. I have actually discovered an amazing site. Now these are actually ancient houses. Now of course they're reconstructed, however they are reconstructed from the original excavation, so it's just so exciting. So these are the thatched houses of the ancient people of Japan. So I'm just so excited to be here. There's nobody here. It's very quiet at the moment. So I'm here on a weekday. So there are 3 houses, and it's kind of funny how the number 3 is quite prominent in a lot of these ancient sites. I mean, my initial thought was Egypt, kind of the thatched houses of Japan, the pyramids of Egypt. But anyways, these date back a long time. And each house displayed here has original characteristics, so they're very unique. So this one is kind of elevated with pillars. Now Yamagata is very famous for fruit. Here on the ground you can see the original excavation site. You can see the kind of the shadows of that in the soil, which is part of an ancient road as well. Part of that road is now being concreted, or rather tarmacked, as you can see, as part of the modern roads. But you can see here that there's an old road that follows through here. Right, so this is the first one. Very interesting. It's almost quite Viking-esque. Now these are very strongly built, and the doorways are very short. They can't be much higher than 160 something centimetres. I'm 180, so you can see I have to duck to get in here, but we're going in. Now this is absolutely fascinating because you can see some of the artefacts that were found, reconstructed. These may be some of the originals. Here we have an ancient handbag, some of the tools that were used, some kind of storage equipment here, and the cutest thing is these little shoes, these ancient shoes. You can see small feet for Japanese. Some kind of satchel. So interesting. I wonder what this is. I wonder whether this is like the equivalent of a Japanese sporran, you know, some kind of clothing that is worn. Who knows? And here we have more shoes, straw shoes. Now what's interesting is that in modern day Japan, in some of the ryokan, the Japanese inn that you go to, you'll actually get some of these kind of style, you know, they're still on vogue, you know, they're still a la mode. So it's interesting how that's kind of remained part of the fashion here. Now this is kind of the floors are still of the original. This is how the ancient people would live, in these thatched huts. Here, the kind of living space, the bench area, or I suppose arts and crafts, and the housework would be done here. The sleeping area, communal sleeping areas presumably. It actually looks quite comfortable. And then here, aptly placed, is the window where you can, if I can walk across here, the sunlight beams in, and it's strategically placed so that the sunrise comes in through that window near the communal bed. I'm guessing this is ancient clothing, which is absolutely amazing. So the people would presumably wear these V-necked straw coats. Now the central piece, we've got 4 seats here, I guess for an average sized family, and the centrepiece, of course, a teapot, which is central to Japanese culture. I just love this, it's just amazing, isn't it? Okay, so this is inside one of the houses, and you can hear a pin drop. Now in the final house I can hear a couple of local ladies have just arrived. They're just bustling around. Maybe this is a well. Sugoi, ii desu ka? Sumimasen. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Sumimasen, video shimasu.
Ah, どうぞ。
いいですか？
どうぞどうぞ。
よかった。初めてですか？
何年も。
OK。
アメリカ。
イギリス人です。Yamagata 初めて。
あ、そう。
このうちは何年ですか
5000年前。古墳時代。
Okay. So 1000 years ago, 1000 years old.